Ben Rich and of course our weather team will be watching the course of that and keeping us up to date over the next 48 hours or so. Now, the organisers of the Oscars are holding emergency talks later today to discuss the claims of sexual misconduct made against the film producer Harvey Weinstein. The Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences, which awards the Oscars and has actually given 81 of them to films produced by his company, says the allegations of sexual assault are repugnant. Dina Campbell reports.
Facing possible expulsion from the organisation that catapulted him to stardom, Harvey Weinstein's future is hanging in the balance. Normally known for its glitz and glamour, the Academy, which organises the Oscars, will hold an emergency meeting later, rocked by allegations that the man behind some of Hollywood's biggest films sexually harassed and assaulted dozens of women.
He is someone who is different from the person I knew and the person who was involved for many years in democratic politics for me and for Barack Obama and so many of us. He was very helpful, and it is just appalling what is coming out now, and I want to commend the women who are finally stepping forward.
The US actress Rose McGowan is the latest woman to accuse Harvey Weinstein of rape, while some of Hollywood's other big names have also made sexual assault, groping and harassment allegations, leading to police investigations in both the UK and US. It's opened up questions about what young aspiring actors are faced with in a fierce industry with a cutthroat culture.
Before you even step into the room, am I the right look? Are they gonna like me because of this? I don't have that. But what if they ask me to do that? Oh, I can't do that. Okay, maybe I shouldn't go. It sounds crazy, but that is literally the conversation that goes on in your head.
Harvey Weinstein has denied allegations of non-consensual sex and is now believed to be getting therapy in Arizona. Rumours are swirling that his film production company could soon be closed or sold, but in a statement his brother Bob has rejected those claims, saying business is continuing as usual. 65-year-old Weinstein has already been suspended from the British Film Academy BAFTA and may face the same fate or worse from the Academy later. Dina Campbell, BBC News.
Well, Dr. Emma Chapman is a campaigner for an end to sexual harassment in the academic world, and by profession she's an astrophysicist. Thanks very much for being with us. First of all, what do you make of the speed now of the reaction that there is to these allegations? We're starting to see people taking action within the industry and the culture. Is that a good sign, or is it, in a sense, too little, too late?
I think it's a good sign. I'm glad that people are starting to be honest about what's been happening, but I don't think we should be under any illusions that people have known for a very long time that this kind of behaviour is prevalent. I think people are being forced to take action because they're protecting their brands, unfortunately. However, whether it's too little or too late, I don't think any small action is useless right now, because there's a serious problem. It's affecting a huge number of people, the productivity of many industries, and we need to solve that as quickly as possible.
Now, in terms of the individual experiences that have been related by the women who've made these allegations against Harvey Weinstein, a lot of it has been about the power relationships in the film world. You know, actors are hired and fired. In a sense, there's no formal structure in a lot of these working environments. Not people who are working together all the time. Academic world can be very different, and yet a lot of the problems, in your experience, are the same or similar?
I think you can draw a huge number of parallels between any small professional community, such as academia or Hollywood, because you are, as a woman, discriminated against at every point of the hiring process. And what that ends up with is a huge power imbalance, where you have men in senior positions who are responsible for the career progression of junior women, often on temporary contracts, for example. And it doesn't take much for a bad egg to exploit that, especially when you have institutions, whether it is Hollywood, whether it's a university, whether it's a workplace like the bar. It just doesn't take much when they are not actually doing much in the first place to prevent those actions. They are in fact blocking the justice and preventing people coming forward.
Now, a lot of what you and your colleagues do is presumably kind of done in your own time, because in terms of the campaigning work and the research work. Is there yet, I mean, it seems an obvious area for proper academic research. Does that happen? Is it happening?
It's starting to. So in my own research organisation, 1752 Group, we are one of the first research organisations in this area of particularly sexual misconduct. And what's interesting is that the answer isn't there yet. So what we need to do is we need to bring experts from several different industries, whether it's therapy, and really find that answer.
Okay, Dr. Emma Chapman, forgive me, astrophysicist and also campaign against sexual harassment on campus. Thank you very much for being with us. Now, the